Hi everybody, welcome to Nazo Circus. It's your girl. It's cold. It's a cold London evening and I am here. I am excited because I have two men in my house with me to record this podcast. They will introduce themselves and then we'll tell you what we're talking about today. So man number one, introduce yourself. Tell us your name and everything else.
Hi everybody, my name is Emeka Onyereri.
Is that it? How old are you? Are you married? Children? What a bit more about you?
I'm married. I've got a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter.
Okay.
And, I'm pretty old though. Think about it.
How old is old?
I'm 58, I believe.
Because wait, 58 is not old.
I'm an elder. If I was in if I was in a village meeting, we'll be the people
chairing the meeting.
We'll be the elders, the council of elders.
Okay, so man number two, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Henry Okechukwu. I'm 63 years old.
Okay.
I'm married with 4 children.
Okay.
And I'm from Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, Anambra State.
Yes, where? Tell us.
I'm from Ukbo, a town in Unewi South Local Government area of Nigeria.
Okay.
Anambra State, yeah.
Thank you. So guys, I'm sure you're wondering why I have two men with me today, and I'm very excited because people tend to say that my podcasts relate to topics just about women. So now, today it's about men, and today we're talking about a very important issue amongst our men that we do not talk about, and that is testicular cancer. Prostate cancer. Thank you. Prostate cancer. Emeka, do you want to just tell us about it? Because I tried to do my homework, but I don't want to go too deep into it. So tell us.
Prostate cancer is, let me start. Every man has a prostate.
Okay.
Something that we are born with. And then as you get older, some people, it gets enlarged. Basically, things happen with your prostate as you get older. And you start seeing signs of, is either your wee is not as strong as it was when it was, the delivery is not as strong as it was when you were younger and stuff. So basically, every man has a prostate. And from what they've told us, really, if you're black, if you're African or Afro-Caribbean, you need to really make sure that you're checking your PSA every year from 40. Even my doctor said if you can, from 30, just have it every year when you do your blood test or do your yearly check your PSA.
So the PSA. So guys, just in case you haven't figured out what the issue is, both of my guests have had prostate cancer, and that's why we are here today trying to raise awareness. So Emeka, you were saying that, so the prostate, for people who don't know, we need to go graphic because we're assuming people know what we're talking about. The prostate is where? Is it under the penis? Where is it?
It's under the penis. It's where it's the production of sperm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a major organ concerned with the production of sperm in your body.
Yeah.
So it's your scrotal sac.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually not just the sperm, but it's actually what produces the semen.
Okay.
The actual semen that carries the sperm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
see, that's why it's good to go deep.
And it's located between the bladder and where you discharge urine from.
Okay.
And your urethra, the one that brings the urine to the tip of your penis and out, is sort of passes through the prostate.
Okay.
So that's why when it gets enlarged, it constricts. As it gets enlarged, it begins to constrict the flow of urine.
So it's not as force. It doesn't come out with as much force.
That's always a signal. But like Emeka said earlier, every man will have his prostate begin to enlarge, probably from about age 40. It just starts growing bigger. it may not cause any problem all your life.
Okay.
But you will notice that as you approach 45 or 50, your urine is not flowing with the kind of force and volume that it used to flow with when you were younger. So as you get older, it slows to literally, for some people, a trickle.
Okay.
For others, it still flows, but it's not as torrential. Let's put it that way.
It's meant to be gushing out.
Basically, once you finish weeing, you need to shake it up.
You probably need to shake it up. And in some instances, like a lot of people will be experiencing, even if they don't have prostate cancer, is that you begin to have a little dribble. After you've weed.
Okay.
So you have a little dribble, you know.
It's all part of getting old.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be ashamed of.
And it happens to women. Women, we have
women
our
women.
leaks.
Yes, the leaks. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I want to talk to both of you separately. Can you tell, because I want to know how you even found out that you had it.
Okay. I've been doing my PSA every year since 5th year.
So that's the PSA is the levels that determine what's going on.
Yeah, basically, at the moment, even though I think they're trying to get another test that is really more better than better than PSA. But the PSA is a test that you do to check the level. Basically, it's the best test now for prostate cancer. So if your PSA is high, like here in England or here in the UK, the NHS will now advise you to go and check it out.
To see what's going on.
Yeah, to find out what's going on. And like from what my doctor said to me, even when it's low, you can still have it.
So how did you know? How did you know?
Mine is a funny thing is I did a test in January. And
just a routine test.
Yeah, you know, I do my yearly health check, blood count, and the rest. So after that, sometime in April, I was feeling funny. It's crazy. I just said, look, like people ask me, I said, God just said, look,
something is
wrong. Check it out. So I was feeling funny. I don't know why. And somebody said, why don't you do another PSA? I'm like, another PSA for what? The usual signs of aging, the wee is not coming out yet. And when you read, unfortunately with the prostate thing is that when you read up on the internet or talk to doctors, the signs you have within your body and what's going on are usually things associated with getting old as a man.
So you don't necessarily think, okay, something
is wrong, you know, and there are just things they tell you to do, basically. So you move on life, you know. It doesn't really, the bad thing about the prostate cancer thing is that no symptoms, really. Nothing to like, oh, you're feeling sick, you're pain there, nothing. Just life goes on. You know? But I just felt, let me just check this thing out. So I think I have a business in Nigeria. I think I was about to go to Nigeria. So I said, okay, I called I thank God we have a good GP here that we have a good surgeon that we attend. And I called them up. I said, look, I need to do another PSA test. And the lady said, why do you want to do that? I said, something is wrong somewhere, but I don't know what it is. And you know, unlike some surgeons, they try to talk you out of it. And she said, okay, why don't you come in tomorrow and let's do it? And I came in, they took the blood sample. Then I got an email. I think I was in Nigeria when I got the email that when I come back, I need to come and see a consultant because the thing is high. I said, wow. And also, I think related to this is, when this was happening, a very good friend of mine was going through some serious cancer challenges. We were going, both of us, we were seeing the guy almost 3-4 times a week. So I guess, really, that is part of what prompted me to go check it, even though his wasn't prostate. But you know, when you're seeing somebody every time and you're going to the hospital and everybody's talking about cancer, blah, blah, blah. So you're so conscious of what's going on around you and what in your body.
So you think that's what maybe kind of triggered, that's what made you a little bit more aware of what's going on? Something being...
Yeah, you know, so I just went in and did the blood test, and they said when I come back, I should come and see a consultant, that it was high, because I think that's the guideline now. Once it gets over 3.5 or so, you need to go see a consultant and talk about it.
Okay, so with yours, there was no sign.
Nothing.
So what about for you? What happened with you?
Well, for me, it's a bit similar to Emeka because there was no clear sign. Like you said before, I mean, as you age, you know,
Things start to happen.
Yeah.
Things that's happening in your body.
And for me, it was a double whammy because I'm diabetic. So, and I know that once your sugar level starts going up, you begin to weigh more.
So yours was not.
So weigh more often and not, waking up at night 2-3 times. It's also a warning sign for prostate issues.
So the symptoms were.
Yeah, but for me, when I started feeling that, I thought, maybe it's the diabetes. And to be honest, when I became more diligent with taking my drugs, my diabetic drugs, it kind of calm down. So I just thought, maybe. And then Emeka called me and said, hey, see what's going on. Go and check. And I hadn't checked for like 2 years. So I was like, okay, I booked an appointment with the GP. They asked me exactly the same question. Why?
Are you just suddenly coming?
I said, look, I'm just feeling somehow I need to check. And when I went for the first test, the PSA stands for prostate specific antigen test.
Okay.
That's what it stands for. When I went for the first test, it came back as 6.8, which was pretty high.
Okay.
Not alarmingly high, but pretty high. And the doctor said, this is kind of high. He did a physical exam, and he said, well, he can't feel anything or any unusual, but he would advise me to have a second one, just to be sure. I did the second one. It came back 8.58.
So what's the normal? So what's the average? What do they? What is it that they see and they feel like, okay, it's fine? What?
Anything above 3.
Okay, is now creeping up.
It's creeping up. It's a warning sign. It doesn't mean it's critical, but they may advise you to go for an MRI. So the moment the second one came,
even higher than the first.
Yeah, they sent me for an MRI scan. I went for the MRI scan anyway, and then they said, that they think they saw something. And the doctor said, well, that I have to go for the biopsy, which Emeka has not talked about. It's a bit of a harrowing experience. But, you have 2 options, really. When they start, they will tell you if it's too painful or too horrible, we can book another appointment so we can sedate you and do it.
Okay.
If you're able to cope with it, fine. Then we just go ahead and crack on. And, Emeka had told me about it, so I had to keep a brave face, and I told them I'll just crack on. No need for sedation.
So, oh my God, that sounds... Okay. So that's how both of you found out. So you find out about the higher levels, then... They then talk.
I now saw a consultant, talked with him, and he said, okay, from what they're seeing, I need to go for an MRI for them to be sure. So I went to do the scan, did the scan, then got a call that there's something they saw, you need to go do a biopsy.
Okay.
The biopsy.
So let's talk about this biopsy, because I feel like I've heard stories about this, but we don't want to scare people away.
When you read about it, obviously, when they say
you start doing your research.
You start doing your research. Go on the internet and stuff. The internet, internet will give you a brief summary. Do that until you walk into that hospital and they start the biopsy. First of all, that the chair, or it's not a chair, the contraption that they put you through.
Okay, you have to speak in here. So
it's like you're about to have a baby.
Okay, so they spread you.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
So you're about to have a baby, and then
they start prodding.
Horrible. That's the only way to put it. It was.
But why didn't you go for the option of being sedated? If there was an option for that?
No, I don't. To be honest with you, when I said to the excuse me, when they told me what was going to go on and stuff, and about the option of being sedated, I have this thing about being sedated. you know, you read stories about somebody being sedated and
not coming
they
back.
don't wake up anymore. I'm like, what? And so I said to the guy, what's the worst that will happen here? They said some people it's horrible, it's painful. Some actually got a past phases or whatever, you know, because
From the pain.
you know, your balls will get loose.
Okay.
And everything because they're probing, they're trying to take some samples. So, and I said, painful on what level? I said, look.
Can I just ask you? Sorry, I know this is going a bit graphic, but I'm trying to understand. Is it anally? Are they? Anally?
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
So it's like
So what
penetration, anal penetration.
Yeah. What happens is that first of all they have to get to the prostate
Treats.
Itself.
to sedate the prostate because they are going to take 27 samples
from the prostate.
So the first thing they do is to pass a tube through your anus
To locate the
to
prostate.
where the prostate is, because they are going to pass a needle that they use in sedating, because the pipe is to prevent the needle from tearing your rectum or anything.
Okay.
So when they pass, the first issue is when they put that pipe. I mean, it's extremely uncomfortable. And then the next thing is that they will put that needle. In fact, when you sight the needle, you're wondering what's gonna happen. You know, but then they put the needle, and then when it gets to the prostate, they now have to inject it. I mean, that is quite painful as well.
Okay.
That's in fact, they tell you that once you get past that point,
Then that's
But you're fine.
that you've done 90% of it. Because when they are going to take the samples, it's a bit uncomfortable.
But you hearing the clicking sounds.
It will be like a little jab.
Because
Because they will put another sort of needle or whatever they use to collect it, and it's like shooting a gun. Boom, boom, and it will go like 27 times to get the sample.
But there is an option because we want to encourage people. So
there's
an option of sedation. Because I know if it was me, I would be going for sedation. Because
for me,
my pain threshold is not.
When you think about cancer and the effect of cancer, what cancer does to the body, and what it would do to your family and stuff, I think doing a PSA is easy peasy, man. Because for me, seeing what my friend was going through, I was ready to do anything, not to be
And you know, like our friend, without mentioning names, we also thought or felt that perhaps because he has a lot of business going to Nigeria and all that, perhaps there was a bit of slackness in his following up with his medical thing. At the beginning, it was only later when he realized what was really going on that he now started following up, even though it wasn't prostate cancer.
Yeah. But I think that even now that let's even touch upon that one. I think that a lot of our men are not as proactive when it comes to health issues.
Not just health issues. When anything that has to do with the penis. Men don't talk about
health first of all in general. Then when it's now to do with it's now to do with that penis that is their pride and joy. Yeah. They don't want to go anywhere near.
They don't talk about it. I have a friend, an acquaintance that I found out that he had a major prostate problem, and he was hiding it from his wife.
From his wife?
I'm telling you. And it's crazy.
Why would you hide it from your wife?
It's crazy.
The one person that you need to tell about.
Yeah, but sometimes when you do some things that you're not supposed to be doing, you hide some things from your wife. You know what I'm talking about.
True.
Yeah. So, but like my doctor said, the problem is that guys, once anything that has to do with the penis, the first thing that comes to your mind is STD or a side cheek or whatever.
Nothing.
No.
It's true.
And unfortunately, guys, most guys can tell you about anything. But they can't tell you the problem they're having with the prostate or their penis. There's an incident that I will never ever forget, and I think it's one of the reasons why, for me, I had to do it. I have an uncle. He died a long time ago. My dad's very good. Like they were cousins, but he was quite close to my dad, and he owned a big pharmaceutical shop then, and he had prostate. But because he didn't say anything. I remember my dad finding out it was quite late then. And my dad was so angry. And he didn't say anything. But that was like 30, 40 years ago. My dad was so angry that he didn't say anything.
Because it may have been avoided.
Something could have been done.
Yeah.
I don't know then, but I'm sure something could have been done then. Yeah, because like from what the doctors will tell you, prostate cancer is a slow growing. It's not one of those aggressive ones. But the challenge is once it goes past your prostate and comes out, it gets to the lymph nodes, the bones, and stuff.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's
when you now.
I read about that.
Yeah, that's when you now. That is not a problem.
It's now another.
There was an article, was it last week or last 2 weeks about Sir Chris Hoy.
Yeah.
The Olympian. He had. His dad had prostate cancer. I think his grandfather had prostate cancer. But because NHS, if you don't get up to 50,
they don't
allow you to do the PSA.
Yeah.
And which is sad, really, because
that's bad.
Because I think they should bring it down to 40, because a lot of guys are dying. Prostate thing is spreading, and it's like funny enough, I've just found out that I meet 2, 3, 4 people. Out of 3, 4 people, 2 or 3 have prostate problems. Once you tell them, they don't tell you anything. But once you open up,
then
they look, I've got this.
They open up.
They now open up and tell you, I had this. So somebody told me the other day, he had an enlargement. He woke up one morning and he couldn't wee.
Yeah.
Really?
He was screaming.
That's another way.
He was screaming.
You
know? So a lot of guys have gone through it. But for me, the awareness, this Sir Christine was like, oh God, I was so angry and sad.
But he of all people should, especially when there's a history of it.
You know, most people don't, how do I put it? Not that they don't take it serious, but because cancer, we associate cancer or any sickness with symptoms. But this one doesn't come with any symptoms.
It
just creeps up on you.
But that's the more reason why you have to check.
Yes,
you have to do regular, just because of that. That's the more reason why you have to. So when you do the biopsy, this awful biopsy that you can do sedated, for the people that will start saying, no, I don't want anybody to go touch my whatever, you can do it sedated. So after the biopsy, what is the next step?
Then after the biopsy, now get the dreaded call.
Yeah, that's when, after the diagnosis.
That's when you now realize that,
Okay.
there's something I read the other day. Somebody said you have 1,000 problems until the doctor tells you have a health challenge. You now realize you have a problem. Just a problem.
You know, once they tell you that you have to come in, that would like to talk, they won't tell you on the phone. But if it's an all clear, they will tell you on the phone. So once they tell you should come in,
you know
I
there's
remember,
something.
I mean, when they told me I should come in, I said, well, I
Mine was over the phone.
Did you go by yourself?
You know, the guy called me. He said, do you want to come in? I said, do I? How do I put it? The 2 consultants that I saw, and even the doctor, I now developed a friendship with them. Because when I got there, I was just cracking jokes. So the guy said, I know you. Do you want to come in or do you want me to tell you? I said, come on, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
So he told you over the phone.
He told me.
For you went in.
I went in, and
did you go in by yourself?
Oh yes, I went.
Why didn't you feel like you needed support?
I was,
especially as you knew that it may be bad news.
Yeah, I was quite confident that I could take whatever they told me. You know, Emeka talking to me and going through it was very, very helpful. So I mean, if I hadn't heard from him or him talking about it, maybe I'll look at it from a more onerous perspective. But when they called me, I went, and the guy just sat me down and said, well, it's the result of your biopsy. Unfortunately, there is that we've detected prostate cancer.
They come up with all the medical words.
Then told me, but glad the good news is that it's early. It hasn't left your prostate. So when he told me that, I think my blood pressure
came down first. Hey.
So then they started giving me the options: this therapy, that therapy, this one, that
they
one.
You get an option about surveillance, active surveillance.
Surveillance.
Okay.
So, but Emeka had told me as well that don't listen to all those things.
I
just told the man, okay, I've heard, but please take it out.
Take it.
He said, are you sure there are many side effects? I said, okay, what are the side? Tell me. He said erectile dysfunction. incontinence, then you cannot have children anymore. And I said, okay, those are the three main ones? He said, yes. I said, 1, erectile dysfunction. I'm 63. I've had all my children. I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
The second one, I can't have children. I've already explained that to you. I'll take my chances. I have 4 kids. So then the other one, incontinence. Well, I'll take my chances. And then he said, okay, if that's what you want, just to be clear that the erectile dysfunction is because some of the nerves may be taken out when they are removing the prostate. If you're lucky, they will spare a good chunk of the nerves.
And you won't have that issue.
Yeah, but it will be there, but it won't be as bad.
Okay.
And the nerves may grow back. But there is treatment, drugs, and even a penis pump if you need it. So I said, yeah, whatever.
You go with it. Why did you
take it out?
Why did you feel like, was it the same reason? Okay, was that your reasoning as well?
I asked questions. Active surveillance, they come in every other time to check it out, maybe 2 weeks, 3 months, or whatever. So I said, okay, I'm crazy. So I said to the guy, so I will now tell the cancer, hang on, the test is going to be next 3 weeks. Then I'll find out. But what if the cancer decides to take a walk around my body for the 3 weeks?
So what is active? What does that mean?
Active, because they'll be monitoring you.
Monitoring you, but give you medication, I monitor you, or just be monitoring? Waiting for what to happen. But why would you want to do that? Why is that an option?
Basically, the active surveillance is like, okay, like he mentioned, you don't want erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
You don't want incontinence. You still want to have kids. But if you still want to have kids, they can take out, they can store your sperm.
Yeah, I think I read,
whatever, and they can freeze it up and then do it. The incontinence, give or take 1 year, it stops. And they do your Kegel exercises, physiotherapy and stuff, it stops. Erectile dysfunction or whatever, you have the drugs there. They have an injection, they have the drugs, and with the pump and everything, you start getting back. What they do with the operation, the robotic thing they do now is it's like an onion. They lift up the layers, the nerves, the erectile nerves. They lift it up. Then take out the prostate, and then check the nerves. If there's anywhere there's cancer, the cancer has gotten to, they take that bit out. So you might be lucky. They take it out and nothing has touched it, and they put it back in, and you're firing.
So for both of you, it was an easy decision.
No,
when you weighed up your options.
Yeah, because for me,
you wanted it out
because I already had some information.
Like I said to you,
I didn't weigh any.
I was going to hospital 3 times, 4 times a week to see a friend who was being ravaged by cancer.
Yeah.
I walk into the room, my friend is screaming and shouting. He's in serious pains. And you're telling me you want to do active surveillance?
No.
I'm not going to go
the
through
active
that.
surveillance thing is, I don't even know what that is.
I'm not going to sit down and be waiting for it.
That's what I'm saying, because you're delaying, it's going to...
And then again, you're a human being. At the back of your mind, you know you have cancer.
There. Yeah, the C
but
word.
You're waiting to see whether it will get dangerous or
before
get bad.
Then do something.
Before you do something. So I'm figuring out, why should I wait for it to get bad?
It's like having a bomb in your room and waiting for it to
explode. The day
what if between the 2 weeks or 1 month or whatever time they give you to come in,
it goes mad.
He escapes.
It goes crazy.
And then you come in and somebody will now say, I'm afraid.
We're sorry. We're sorry. Oh, unfortunately.
Then they now start talking about the therapies and I don't need that.
So both of you opted for surgery.
Yeah.
How soon after?
It was quick. It was quite quick.
Really?
Once
you confirmed
NHS, they don't joke with that.
My diagnosis was on the 14th of November last year, and I had my operation exactly a month, on the 13th of December.
Really? That quick?
Yeah.
Mine, I had some things to do in Nigeria. The guy said to me, when do you want to come and have it? I said, what time? He said he's going on holiday. I said, we now talked about, I said, I'm going to Nigeria to do my business and do whatever I want to do for a while. Because they've basically, what the guys assured me that once you want to do the surgery, certain time. They have a time scale. You don't have a problem. You can travel. You can do whatever you want to do and come back and do the surgery. So we fixed the date for the surgery. I think it was the 28th of August, and I traveled.
So how long after your diagnosis was that?
That was June. Almost
a few months.
Yeah, a few months. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it depends on when you want to do it.
Sorry for those for people listening. We were talking about some symptoms. Some after effects. Like Emeka has said, and I have said as well. Don't be afraid. The erectile dysfunction is relative. Some people it will be more. Some people it will be very little. And there are always remedies for it. The second one, incontinence. In my own case, some people have it for up to a year. In my own case, by February, I stopped having any incontinence. I mean, because you have to use all Pampers.
For a few, some months.
2 months after my surgery, I just realized I wasn't leaking anymore.
Okay.
And since then till now, nothing. So it's not as bad as it sounds, or
I think so. The message is you've got to be alive first of all.
Precisely.
To be talking about rectal, you have to be first of all alive before you can even talk about erection.
I remember when I went for the 1 year stuff, and the doctor said, he said, man, you're just a lucky man. I said, what's going on? He said, it's 0000. I said, look, I remember I told you from the beginning.
Mine was 00.0.
I said, like, I remember telling the guy from the beginning, when you go into the doctor's office, they tell you about the percentage that got this, that, 1 in 2, 1 in 10,000, whatever. That's not, I'm not going to be part of that statistics. We're going to do this, and it's going to be all right. And I remember having a chat with the guy. I said, look, I'm alive. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. Because all these other things.
When you start thinking about erectile dysfunction, incontinence, or having children, there are solutions. But there's no solution to death.
Precisely.
I think, guys, if you think the side effects are bad, just go to any cancer ward near you
and have a look.
Then that will help you decide. That's what I tell people. If you think, okay, the erectile dysfunction, the incontinence, not having kids, they are really horrible. I can't do this. No, I can't do it.
What's this?
Just take a drive, take a cab, go to a hospital, ask them where the cancer ward is. Walk in. When you walk in and come out, you decide for yourself. So
even the actual surgery.
Yeah,
4 to 5 hours.
Okay, 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then did you stay in hospital?
1 day.
1 day.
Okay.
I went in on the 13th, and by evening of the 14th,
you were ready to go.
I was
then
home. Not ready.
You come out with a catheter.
Yeah.
Which they take off in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mine was 2 weeks.
Yeah, they take the catheter off, and you're bouncing.
And
you're walking around.
Before you're going to take away the catheter, there's something they call TWOC. TWOC. You have to go in, then you do the TWOC, which is test without catheter. So you have to drink loads of water to just make sure that everything
is working.
Is working. You are weeing normally.
So the catheter is. They attach it to the penis.
Yes, they insert it through your urethra. Right to your bladder.
It sounds horrible, but it's not painful.
It's not.
It's not at all.
It's just inside.
Funny enough, before I had mine, you read about it. And you think it's painful. It's not painful.
Guys, thank God you can't see my facial expression.
You know why I'm laughing?
You strap it to your leg. It's cool.
You know
it's cool. It's a bag. I don't know.
When I told Emeka that 2 days after I came back, I was taking my walk.
You take a walk
to the high street. Emeka said, look at this man. Because for him, he just stayed indoors. I got with the catheter and the urine bag strapped to my leg. I'll wear my trousers and I'll walk out and go out for a walk.
I was taking my daughter.
Is full,
I was taking my daughter to school.
You empty it.
You empty it. No, the catheter thing. I don't know how to put it. you strap it.
You strap it on.
And then there's a night one, there's a day one. So it's not uncomfortable. Really.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. You know,
And I think
when
at
you
that
read
point
about it,
anyway,
you think it's horrible. But
When you go through
yeah,
it,
it's not really horrible.
It's not that.
and the thing is,
for me,
and at
man,
that point,
after
at that point, you don't
surgery,
care. You don't care.
Care?
Yeah.
And
I'm happy in my life.
I also need to say something here to people who may go through that experience in this country. I know people may be in Nigeria, wherever, all over the world. But one thing I would say is that my experience through that whole period, NHS was excellent. I don't have any iota of complaint about the NHS.
That's
they
fantastic.
were efficient, they were quick and decisive. There was no. My first test was in September. By early November, I did the biopsy. November 14th, I had my diagnosis. I was sent to UCLH. I had 1 or 2 pre-operation. On the 13th, I went.
It was done.
And it was done.
That's fantastic because and it's
from-
encouraging for people to know that, because people will may think
No.
when I have the diagnosis, I now have to wait on the waiting list for another how many months.
Anything relating to
If it's all clear, that's no problem. But once you get that diagnosis, no.
The
When it's cancer, the NHS, they don't
play.
They
don't
were
play.
because they don't want it to spread.
Yeah.
Spread is more money.
Yeah,
They
true.
were very, very efficient.
Yeah,
That's
they
fantastic.
just take it out and
And
then you go.
the other information I would like to give, which I'm sure a lot of people know anyway,
People know, you don't assume
Yeah,
anything because people
but-
may not know.
the statistics are out there. But after I saw the consultant in North Mid, when the diagnosis came out, I was passed on to a nurse, to sort of a therapy person to help me
Prepare you
discuss
mentally.
and then discuss other issues about how I'll go to UCLH. The lady told me that in North Mid, at least, she doesn't know about other hospitals, but in North Middlesex University Teaching Hospital, that 75% of the prostate cancer patients are black,
Hey,
either Afro-Caribbean or Africans.
that's a ridiculous number.
They tell you, yeah.
The 75%.
I
that
don't
is-
know. It's one of those things that has to do with the way we are.
I don't
That's
I know,
crazy.
I know a lot of people will now be going about, no, it's the white man telling you stuff. No, it's not. Please, brothers, it's not the white man telling you stuff. It's just the way it is. It's the way God has created us. There's some things that white men, predominantly white men, get.
Yeah.
But
This
we
one
don't.
is our- this one is ours.
This is what we carry.
This is our own curse.
And from what I've from what the doctors have told me, once you hit 40 as a black man, make it a yearly thing.
Yeah,
Check your PSA, and if you can, do an MRI every other year. It's not like they are telling you because you're a black man and you're white. No, Chris Hoyle is white. His father died of prostate. His grandfather died. He has cancer now. I think he said he has 2 to 4 years to live.
Oh my God.
And he's white. So it's not a color thing.
It's not, yeah.
I know people will now go, why do you believe them? No. This is not about color thing or being political or whatever. Please, it's
the
about your
reality.
life.
Yeah.
It's
the
just
reality.
about your life. Go do a PSA test and find out how you are.
Yeah, and whilst the PSA test is the first gate for you to enter and discover what the state of your prostate is, why the MRI scan is important is that whilst the PSA test may not indicate any imminent danger, the MRI scan will spot something. So you may go for you may go for PSA test and it's 2.5. Then you are fine, you're okay.
But
not knowing that there is something growing. There. So you may miss it, but the MRI scan will
Pick it
spot
up.
it.
We'll spot it. This prostate cancer is so scary because my dad had it, and for him, he just went to America, casual routine. My brother said, "Oh, Dad, let's just go do your routine health check." That's how they found out. Again, my dad was like, remove. He didn't even. They said you can return to Nigeria and come back. My dad said, no, remove it now. And so he preaches.
Your dad is a medical doctor.
He preaches. Anybody he sees, any young man he sees, he says, "Are you checking?" And this is what we're trying to do: raise awareness about these sorts of things.
People don't. It's sad. He talked to people and they crack jokes about it. I have a doctor friend. I remember when I had my stuff. I had a doctor friend. I was talking to him. I said, "When did you do your PSA?" This guy is a consultant, sharp young man. He said, "Did you about 7-8 years ago?"
Hey.
I said, "What?" Funny enough, while we were on the phone, he said, "Hold on." He started booking for the PSA test immediately. Because people don't, the challenge is, I know a couple of guys that have had prostate cancer, survived it, and they don't talk.
Why?
I don't know why.
Do they not talk amongst themselves?
Yes, tell your friends at least.
At least, that's what I'm saying. Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Because for me, it's a testimony. God has saved you from something. Yeah. So you need to tell people so that they get saved. Yeah. If I didn't tell Henry.
So why did you tell him? What was it? Or you were just casually telling him? Or you felt like you had to?
After my operation, I said to myself, because luckily for me, I had a relationship. I developed a relationship with the doctors, the consultants that I saw. So we now chat. They tell me stuff, and then I realized that no, guys don't talk. So I remember my doctor telling me, men don't talk about this, and they are trying so hard to have this prostate cancer awareness amongst men.
Yes,
I forgot something. When I went for my medical checkup early during the year, I went to a hospital. I had my medical checkup somewhere in London Bridge. You know the guys that the volunteers that do this prostate thing, and they give you a leaflet and stuff. That's what I said to myself. God really wanted me to check this thing out. I see those guys. I walk past them. But that day, after my health check, I was coming back, and one of them stopped me, and I stopped. And we had a chat. He said, "Would you like to sign up?" I said, "Why not? I haven't had any PSA test. I haven't done anything. I just did my that was in early January. So I signed up. I think I signed up to be giving them £10. I said, look, this thing.
Okay, I see what the fundraiser.
Yeah, the fundraiser. Okay. I said £10 a month or something like that. I just signed it. They will send me stuff. So when I felt this thing about going to check myself out, and now saw the doctors and did the biopsy and stuff, I said to myself, man, this the coincidence is just too much.
Yeah.
And by then I was now receiving emails.
So you were already supporting. You were already supporting
I was
the charity,
not knowing that
you would
need. That I would need the information they were sending me. So they were now sending me emails, and I was going through those emails, and I think also it probably what really made me say to them, look, let's take this thing out, because I was not going through the emails and reading up literature and stuff. I'm like, I just remember, I think.
Oh my God!
Whenever I think about them, like, what?
That's like that. What are the chances that you would stop?
I see them always.
Because those people, I don't even like people stopping me and asking me on the road.
You just walk past. Can you just walk past?
And
I stopped.
For me, my dad had a prostate problem, but not cancer. One day, I think he was about in his late 60s then. Yeah. He just woke up in the middle of the night. He couldn't wee. Now, my dad is a doctor. My mom is a veteran nurse. So he just woke up and he couldn't wee. So, I mean, both of them knew what was happening. So my mom just helped him. They jumped into the car. My sister is a doctor. My dad is a doctor too. My sister is a doctor in Onitsha. They were in Ukbo. My dad had an eye hospital.
Okay.
In Ukbo, Madonna Eye Hospital. He's an ophthalmologist. And they rushed to Onitsha. Before they got there, my sister had made arrangements. They just took him, put the catheter, and then rushed him to Enugu, where he had the operation, and they removed the prostate.
Oh, he removed, okay.
Yeah. So, but with hindsight, Sometimes I think and I wonder. I've asked my sister that question. She says she can't answer the question. Sometimes I wonder. That operation happened in 1991. But you see, from after that operation, even though the doctor said that he didn't react very well with the anesthesia, my dad was never the same again. I mean, he kept walking, but by 93, and by 94, even though he came abroad with my mom for treatment, nobody mentioned any cancer. But now, sometimes I keep wondering
whether it was cancer.
And
they didn't want you guys to panic.
Or something. I don't know. I don't know. But he was never the same again. And by 96, in 1996, he died. And for the last 2 years of his life, he was literally bedridden. Everything, after he went abroad, came back, nobody could really put a finger to what he just went downhill until he just... In fact, at some point, by 95, I think he was in a situation where he wasn't even talking. You know? I remember the last time I saw him alive in 95 December when I came back. He wasn't talking. He would just be looking at me. I'll be talking to him. He'll recognize what I'm saying.
But he couldn't respond.
He would just be looking at me.
I think the thing is technology and things have improved.
A lot.
There's no reason not to be checking.
With the robotic, what do you call it again? Robotic.
Amazing.
They show you before the operation, they showed me. It's just the doctors, they control the robots that goes in to your prostate to take it out.
Oh, so it's not even the doctor that uses a knife to cut.
No. It's six holes. They puncture in.
Yeah, just small holes.
6 small holes.
Yeah.
The robot has hands.
Yeah, it just goes in.
Like scissors and...
So the doctor will be controlling
The doctor will now sit as if he's, like a game.
Yeah.
Like
one of those
PSAs. Yeah, they're using PS4 or PS whatever. Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, that's it. Yeah. It's amazing. I'm telling you.
So gone are those days of you see a doctor in there. That's what I thought now. They will have their tray with all their gadgets.
No.
Really?
The doctor will be sitting down with the robot. The robot will they
will take out the prostate.
The only incisions they make are those ones where those robots.
I can't even find them on my stomach anymore.
I can still
So yeah, just small.
Still here.
That's why after 24 hours, after 48 hours, you're off.
See?
You leave,
and that's it.
This is the big one that's the one where they go in to take out that's the major one.
And so recovery post-surgery is pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
that's it.
not difficult.
In 2 weeks, you're walking around fully. Yeah. The one you've taken out the catheter, you're walking around.
Do you guys not think that you should set up something
like
to talk to your men?
No. What I now do is I'm going to Nigeria on Tuesday. I have a conference I'm going to. Anywhere I go to, I ask them to give me 5 minutes, please. I need to talk to. I remember the last mandate conference I went to in Jesus House. Not this. I think they had a mandate last week. Really. I asked them. I said, please give me 5-10 minutes, just 5-10 minutes. And I thank God they did. And I talked. And it's when you finish that kind of talk and come out, and people walk up to you. You now realize yes, this was really impactful.
That's fun. What you're doing is, do you see? Because I feel like, as we know, our men don't talk, and it's good that you're, wherever you can talk.
I tell everybody.
But I also think that it's important. It would be important. I think it would be helpful to have something, even if it's a WhatsApp group. I don't know what it is. I'm just talking off the top of my head, because people need to. It's a process.
Yeah.
Because you can just tell somebody, go and check, and then you go away. So maybe some people may be scared. That's why I was asking you when you went to go I think before we started the podcast, I was asking you when you went to go get or wasn't even doing the podcast, when you went to go get the whatever. Yeah. Did you go by yourself? Some people need the extra added. Some people are able to go
with your partner, your brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Sister, anybody.
But they may, because our men don't want to talk, they may prefer to go with somebody who has been there or a fellow man because of the part of the body that we're talking about. So it's something to think about.
And guys, there's nothing wrong. Your penis is part of your body. there's nothing wrong. Okay, let me be crude about this. You cannot be 18 and 20 forever.
Yep.
You cannot be knacking. You
can't
cannot be knacking with the same.
When you're 18, a hard-on is a handshake away.
Yeah.
There's an age you get to. You need to crank up the engine before it starts. So there's nothing wrong with it. And I think the challenge is because there's too many drugs and too many things around, people now try to be 18 when they are 50.
The stallions.
And you cannot.
Papa Lolo.
You cannot. Why?
But Emeka, no, on a serious, I know we're laughing, but on a serious note,
Yeah,
Emeka, I'm tasking you with this thing because I feel like you will do well with starting something. Both of you will do well.
I'm ready because for me, any guy, imagine, just think about it. If I hadn't said anything to my friend,
yes,
and then I wake up one morning and he now calls me that he's in hospital. Why? The thing
has spread. Yeah. You won't forgive yourself.
I've had at least 2 or 3 people who I've spoken to who ended up going, and at least 2 of them have had operations. The last one, I was asking him, he told me, that he's done his PSA, he's opted for. I said, you opted for what? You opted for what? He said, I said, please sit down. No. I took him to that coffee shop. I sat him down. I said, look.
I think for guys, once you start talking about erectile dysfunction, for most men, the penis is manhood. That is the major symbol of manhood. So for him not to have an erection is like he's not a man anymore.
It's the same thing as breast cancer, where women don't,
they take off the breast.
You don't want to cut off your breast.
Yes.
But, like I said, you have to,
you need to be alive to have
You have to be alive, first of all. And there are other ways,
prosthetics
of addressing things.
Yeah, there's an injection. They give you.
Rapid response.
The injection. Let me, guys, listen. There's an injection. When they tell you about the injection, funny enough, I saw that injection first in a movie about what's this guy's name again? That American billionaire. What's his name? The oil guy.
Okay,
Rockefeller. If you watch Rockefeller, I remember the day I watched it. The guy, I think it was his girlfriend or wife, and he picked up the injection and gave himself. And the next scene, the woman was screaming. I'm like, what?
What's going on?
What's going on here? And that was then. The injection. There's an injection, Invicop. They give you the injection. It's like, how do I put it? It's like because I've tried it. To be honest with you, I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that. My doctor said, "Do you want to try it and see how it works?" I said, "No problem." He said, "I know you're mad. You just want to make sure." I said, "Look, if I'm going to be telling people about this stuff,
it's not about being mad. You want to know what
I need to know what the options are."
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital. They brought out the injection, showed me how to do it and everything. Just a tiny prick. Man.
So is it like Viagra? Is it like Viagra?
It's more than Viagra. So because it's on your dick.
So they
on
inject,
your penis.
Okay, they prick the penis.
Yeah, you kind of hold your penis and then you don't do it on the vein. The soft, I don't know. You just hold it and just give yourself that injection. And before you say Jack Robinson, man, it's as hard as anything.
And Emeka, I know that we keep talking about even this whole erectile, whatever. But as you said, as people get older, as people get older, how much sex are people even having? Look,
like there's a joke I cracked last time I was in Nigeria with some guys. I said, "Do you know the good thing about this thing?" Somebody said, "You can't have side chicks anymore because think about it." You invite the side chick.
The hassle you have to go.
You bring out the pump. You bring out the injection. The chick will take off from the window. Who is this crazy man? Who is this crazy man? But then bring out these gadgets.
Before we start the action.
This guy I was telling you about, I took to the coffee shop to talk to him. He said, but how this that is going through therapy? I said, okay, you're going through therapy. Okay. This therapy you're going through, what of Johnny now? He's still they stand well. He said, I said, then what's the point of go and take this thing out? So he went back to his GP, went back to hospital, And some months ago, I think it was like 2 months ago, he called me that he's going for his operation and he has removed it. Then we carried the catheter. And now he's telling me, thank God. That
So,
because
so if you're married, that will help you because that means side chick A and B and C. You stop seeing
you're
them.
crazy. You're going.
I'm telling you.
You're into another level.
Yeah. Because
so maybe
because
the wife's
guys,
the champion. The wife's the champion.
Yes, so that the wives, if the wives are listening to the podcast,
Wives, if you're listening, encourage
the man to go and do it because that will stop him from misbehaving.
By the time he brings out all his gadgets.
By the time he brings out the gadgets, the chick will get.
Side chicks don't have time to be waiting for you to pack up to bring you together.
Get out the pump, do that. Then he's going to not because funny enough, you don't start anything until a couple of months after. So you're out of action for a couple of months. So really, that will give you time to think about your life, what you really want to do, all that money that you're spending instead of spending on your wife, and you're spending on somebody outside. You have to think about it. So and stop all those movements, all those funny movements that you do out. So I remember having a conversation in Lagos, and some guys said you're mad. I said, look, but that's the truth. But jokes apart, you are alive. You know, people don't understand that.
That's the bottom line.
That's
like
the
for me
most
now,
crucial thing.
Yeah.
For me now, every second, every hour is precious. When you walk in in my case, when you're told that you have cancer, that's when you realize that $1 trillion is rubbish.
It's nonsense.
It's crap.
Because you don't even know what you're.
On the day of my surgery, man, okay, I had this faith that nothing will happen to me and I'm going to be okay. But on the actual day of the surgery, I sat down on the bed and was waiting for the surgery, for them to call me. And I did a video call I did a video recording for my daughter, for my wife, and for my brothers and sisters. And I'm like, what if you go in and you don't come out?
The reality just hits.
Yeah, because it's not really about the surgery. The anesthesia might not work, or you might not. You get sedated and you don't wake up.
And
something goes wrong.
Yeah.
What if you go and? So you have to think about your life, your relationship with God, and your relationship with your family, because you know we always believe that you wake up, nothing will happen. You know, somebody will tell you, I'll see you tomorrow evening.
Who told you that?
Who told you you're going to wake up in the morning? You know, for me, the greatest miracle in the world is waking up in the morning.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we think it's the alarm clock.
It's true, but
Put an alarm clock in a mortuary. The even if it's like Big Ben in a mortuary, nobody wakes up.
Going to wake up. And you know what, Emeka? So I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes because for me, because I just turned 50, the NHS invite you for a mammogram from when you're 50. So I did a podcast on breast cancer with Kolia Obianozodo, who is a survivor. And it was so funny because I then got a letter for my mammogram. And I went to Finchley Memorial Hospital and I was just waiting to be called in. And I was just like, what if I do this mammogram and it comes back and they find stuff? So I did the mammogram. I didn't announce to anybody. I didn't really want to say. I didn't really want to. So I got the letter. I opened the letter. You know when you just see the NHS, that NHS blue writing. And I now saw, obviously, they're all clear. But I was just like, this could just be...
Just change your life.
This could just change my life.
Yeah, because...
So these things that we take, we're laughing, but these things...
You know, I tell people that my new birthday date now is 21st of August. My life changed. You know, for me now... as far as I'm concerned, I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Nothing again. He called me tomorrow, the business has failed, we'll move on.
Yeah. At least somebody's alive.
This thing is not happening, we'll move on. Look, life is much more than all this. You know, I think the challenge is, you know, when COVID happened, funny enough, we've all forgotten the lessons we learned from COVID. We're all at home, didn't go anywhere. That very important meeting, that very important deal, nothing happened. You were stuck at home.
We were stuck. All those businesses were locked up.
Nobody was flying to anywhere. Nobody was doing anything. We were all stuck at home.
Even visited anybody.
So now, COVID had come and gone. We are now back to the right place.
Yeah, we're forgetting.
You must do this tomorrow. You know, what I tell people, especially when coming from where we're coming from in Nigeria, and somebody's telling you, he wants to be president or governor or senator or whatever, or he's going to do this and that and that.
All these ambitions when you don't even know.
Look, enjoy your relationship with your God. Enjoy your relationship with your family. Very, very important.
That is important.
It's not about money.
No, so the motto is awareness.
Yes,
that's
check
key.
yourself out.
Check yourself out. And Emeka, next year I'll harass you again. I think that you guys are ambassadors.
No.
You guys are ambassadors for this thing, because you know the guys are not going to come out and share it with women. You just talked about someone who had it and did not even share it with their wife.
Yeah.
Right? That's how sensitive it can be to some men. And I think it's all the ego thing, and I don't know why people are embarrassed about it.
The man sees his penis as the major symbol of his man.
And that's
so if anything goes wrong with the penis, he believes he's not a man anymore.
Okay, well,
but you need to be alive to be a man.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that this is prostate cancer month, you said, right? So I'm gonna make sure that this podcast goes out this month in recognition of the month and to celebrate both of you, because people are survivors. We're here laughing because
God is good.
It was picked up early, and thankfully we're in a country where the health system works, and you guys are clear, and you continue to look after yourselves and do your checks. We have to keep raising awareness.
Guys, check.
Yeah, check. And when it goes out, please share amongst.
Yeah, check. Talk to people. Even if you don't have any symptoms, even if you don't have it, check. Ask your friends, guy, have you done this?
Once you're of a certain age.
Check.
Yeah.
Once you hit 40.
And the thing is, I'm sure it's not even, yes, we live in the UK, but I'm sure there are places that you can check. In Nigeria, for example.
It's a blood test.
Yeah.
It's a blood test. No.
So it's not even, it doesn't require any.
No, it's just the same way they draw blood out to check. So while you're checking for your glucose,
I thought
you're checking your cholesterol and stuff, just tell them to check for PSA too.
Okay.
So because I know most guys do their blood thing every month,
Yeah.
every year rather.
Yeah.
While you do your, so just tell them to add the PSA check on
to
it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Nothing. No, it's nothing. You just check.
I think there's really no reason.
There isn't.
There's no reason for you not
I think that's the bottom line. There's no reason.
There's no reason for you not to check your PSA.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize it was that simple.
No symptom at all. You don't feel anything. You don't feel. Okay, look at Chris Hoy's own. When he started getting, he said he now felt some pains in his shoulder. That's when he now went to check out what was wrong with his shoulder, and they found a tumor. Only for them to realize the primary cause was the prostate cancer.
He had traveled all the way,
so it's all over his body.
Oh my God!
So, you don't get any symptoms, nothing. And if you're older, the usual age-related thing or symptoms that you get as a man, you
mask it.
Yeah. So you think, okay, well, I'm a bit further in age now, so these things happen, so you overlook it. But check, you never know.
You have to check.
The problem, what I tell people is that checking doesn't mean you have cancer. Checking doesn't mean that your checking and your PSA is high. It doesn't mean you have cancer. But it's always good to find out
what is causing whatever.
Because it might be an enlarged prostate and you get it sorted out. Because you don't want to wake up one night and you don't want to pee. My friend told me he saw hell. It was very painful. He couldn't wee.
Oof.
So you just check all those things. And if you're one of the lucky guys that till God calls you back, you don't have any problems with prostate.
Fine, but at least you're checking.
But at least you're checking.
Yeah.
I have a friend. He does his PSA, and not just does it, he will do an MRI.
He's not playing with.
He said he's not playing at all. He will do the PSA and do the MRI because MRI will definitely
nail it.
Yes.
And find it if it's there.
So just check. Check. Nothing wrong with checking, guys. Check.
So I think we're gonna
save yourself a lot of hassle. Save your family a lot of hassle. Check.
And we need you. We need our men here.
Yeah, and even if you have prostate cancer, it's not a death sentence. They can take it out. Because if you check and it's early, the problem is when you don't check and the prostate cancer spreads, it goes past your prostate and it goes to your lymph nodes and bones. That's where you have problems. But if they catch it early, if you go in for the PSA and it's a bit high or whatever, and you do the MRI and they catch it, it can be taken care of. Incontinence is not a problem.
Guys,
erectile dysfunction is not a problem.
Guys, you people have heard, we've talked about from when they got the high PSA. Now you see, now I think I now know the steps. From when they did the blood test, the PSA was high, then all that. You guys, we've talked about everything. We need you here. There is no excuse for people not to check.
No excuse.
We've talked about the procedure, what happens. If you want to take it out, fine. If you don't want to take it out and want to do
you can do the
option,
active surveillance. Yeah, it's
fine.
up to you.
But at least
you know.
at least you check, and it's very important for you guys to talk to each other. Us women, we talk to each other. Guys don't do that. So, for anybody that's listening, check. Raise awareness. If you have prostate and you're keeping it to yourself, or if you've had it and you're all clear, you need to talk to people and spread awareness. Awareness is key. That's the only thing. It's awareness, because once you're aware and you start acting, then that's it.
Yeah. It's not a death sentence at all. Like they say, it's a slow growing cancer. So once you capture it,
that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
And like I said, for people who are in the UK, at least, I don't know about the US or Nigeria and all that, but for people who are in the UK, at least,
you have no reason.
You have no reason. The NHS is very supportive, and in my own case, I will always say, I doff my hat to them. They were very, very efficient.
That's fantastic.
They were very efficient. Forget all the scare stories about NHS waiting lists.
And if you're a black man,
in relation to that, they were very, very efficient. So,
and it's good to know this.
If you're a black man and you live in the UK and you go to your GP and tell them that you want to do the blood thing and let them check for your PSA and they say no or they don't want to do it, put your foot down, insist on it.
Yeah.
Insist on it,
because it's your right.
It's your right. It's your right. It's not like when people hear about PSA test, they think it's something they have to put something in your body. No, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
It's a blood test.
That's what I thought, and that's why I was saying awareness is key. Because that's what when I hear PSA, I thought that was
no. It's just a blood test. Yeah, it's just as they're checking your cholesterol, checking your
as you're doing
and all
guys, as you're going to check for STDs and all these other things. Because guys are very quick to go and check those. This is anything you want to check for. You want to check for STDs and things, or you don't want to check to keep the actual organ to make sure that they. I know I'm joking. I know I'm laughing. Guys, okay, so it's been very informative, and please listen. Comment, share amongst your groups. And this is not even just for men, even wives, women, people that have boyfriends, people that have brothers. Encourage them to go and check.
Make sure your husband does this every year.
Make sure your brothers, your fathers, you keep pushing. So this is for everybody. I know I'm tasking the men, but it's for everybody because we need our men here. Seen as the statistics are showing us that, it affects us more. So guys, I think I'm going to round up now. I think we're talked out. If you have any questions, you can message me and I can link you to Emeka. Emeka, I'm sure you don't mind.
No.
I introduced you as Okechukwu, but you're actually
Henry Okechukwu.
Okay.
Yeah, Okechukwu is the surname.
Okechukwu is the surname.
Henry is the first.
I'm ready to answer any question. I'm ready to talk to anybody
and support in whatever way.
I'm always available. I'm always available to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Once if you want a private conversation, hit me up.
Yeah.
So I'm always available.
You guys send me a message and I will hit you up with Emeka or Henry. So that you don't have to so you can hear from them firsthand and get all the support that you need. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Peace, love, and be safe.
God bless.